trying to get that knob off. And there's like a little plastic thing in there. I don't know if you guys can see it. Sorry, the lighting's horrible in here, but it's a square plastic thing, which I believe connects to inside here. So when you turn it, it moves this gear there. You guys see that or not? So I'm trying to figure out how to pull this off. I might just unbolt those and then try to move it and see. Maybe it separates back there. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm just going to take the two 10mm off and see if it comes off without taking those knobs out. But I got to get the knobs out eventually to paint it. So I got to figure it out. All right, I got the two 10mm out here. And yeah, I got to get that inner knob off on the dash. So that'll be my next task. It can't be that hard to get off. So I'm going to try to figure that out. I figured it out. So this actually just pushes on. It's square in the back there. And that's got a little lip on it. So you got to get the inside edge off. So I just kind of put this pointy thing in there and pulled it off. So I'm going to try to do that right now. See if I can get a video of it and get it. There we go. Maybe. There. Okay. So you just kind of have to get it past that lip. There's a lip on here. And then inside here, there's a little lip. So it does push on and comes off. So figured it out. I knew it shouldn't have been that hard. All these other knobs here, like this one just literally unscrews. So that's why I was wondering on that one, like that just comes right out. So figured it out. All right. So now we'll take this back off. Since I took it off earlier and then I put the screws back or the bolts back in to kind of hold it in place. So we'll see now. Hopefully it just comes off now. Should. Yep, there we go. Cool. So this whole unit stayed together then, which is good. Cool. So I was hoping to keep us all together because there's like the actual cables that spin when you turn the knobs, it opens and closes that vent in there. There's supposed to be a seal on there, I think. Nothing on it. So cool. I was worried. I was like, oh, maybe I have to disconnect this wire from here, but I ended up just pulling it out all as one unit. Worked out good. So I taped those two 10mm back where they belong here. Otherwise, if I just stick them in a bag, I'm probably not going to remember what they went for. So I'm going to probably grab the knobs too, and we stick them all with this stuff. I'll obviously clean all this before I put it back in. They sell this seal, and then there's some seals in here that they also sell. So I'm going to order that stuff. I'm going to pull off the grab handle that's inside here on the dash. It's a 10mm. Got it. I'm gonna take off. Let's see how this one comes on. I think it just unscrews. Yep, there it went. And then it's got this metal piece here. I'm not sure. Might need to get some pliers for that one. So this one comes off. So the wiper one has a little piece on the inside here. Okay. Try to keep them together here. And so this is the emergency. Let's see if I can get like a, I don't have that special tool, but I'd have some pliers I can get to turn these knobs. Let's see what I can find here. So I got this really big one here. Yep, that worked. Cool. So at least I got this one out, and that one was, I'm actually going to take this, screw that back on, and screw this back in. That way I can keep it together. Cool. So that was the emergency flasher. Let's see, I wish I could get that in there to unscrew these two, but and then this one I'm not sure how to get out either, but might have to get it from the back side. Have to look. So all right, let's see if I can find a tool or something to get those out. Let's see. Okay, got that one loose at least. Try to get it off here. Okay. I know they make a special tool to get these on and off, I think, so I might have to look into getting one. Now this thing is pretty gross. Okay. Screw that back on. I think this was, I'm not sure what this was because there was no cap on it. That's probably the wiper motor, maybe? I think maybe. All right, I tried everything to get this stupid thing off. I ended up making this, a chisel. I just cut a line into it. They do make a special tool to get these out, but I don't have it. So I tried lots of different things to get it out, but I'm gonna attempt this. The thing is on there really, really tight. I've already tried to turn it a little, like it's loose in there, but this thing is just tight. So hopefully this will take it off. Got it off finally. It was just, yeah, it was being a pain. Scratched it up a little bit. I am gonna be repainting it, so no big deal. Cool. Plus, you can buy the new grommet here. Let's see. You can buy these, so this thing was just in there. I boogered it all up, but I did get it off. So I got this one left. I'm gonna see if I don't know. I think I have to get it out maybe from the back side. So that's that middle knob there. I think I'm gonna push on that clip and
the other side, and it should pop out forward, and then I'll just unplug the wires. That's the plan here. Yep, so that's all it was. I just had to push on that there and one on the other side. So now I'm going to disconnect the wires here, and then I'll plug them right back in. So what I did, I just disconnected one at a time and ran it around and then plugged it in. So now I can just shove it back through there. I'm trying to keep this stupid thing. There we go. Good. Now all the knobs are off. So trying to keep all the wires together as much as I can, like all this stuff now. So, because if I would have just started unplugging everything, I probably wouldn't have remembered where half this stuff went. So now it's all still connected. I'm going to try, see how far I can get with leaving all that stuff together. Obviously, I'm going to have to disconnect some stuff because this is the main wiring loom. But whatever is connected to the fuse box, hopefully it'll all come together. But we'll see. I might end up having to unplug way more than I think. But slowly getting it done. I'm going to start taking a few more things off here. Not sure how this... Looks like there's two 10 millimeters. Wiper arm here. Probably have to get the wipers off. Probably should do that first before I loosen that. There's a Phillips screw that holds them on. Pretty simple to get off. Maybe if it wants to loosen up. This one doesn't want to move as easy as the other one. Probably hasn't been off in a million years. Feels like it's gonna break. See if I can go on that side. Nope, it was loose. So there's a screw right there. Holds it in. These are original VW. Now, we could loosen this up. Oh man, little grommet there, just deteriorated. See what size that is. Looks like it's a 14 millimeter. All right, now I'm going to try to figure out how to pull the whole thing out here. Taking this 10 millimeter out. I think that's part of holding it down. Okay, there we go. Okay, sweet. So there's that assembly. I'm going to stick that back in temporarily. Well, grab these two for the wipers. Thought I was going to be able to take it off with my fingers. There we go. Yeah. Probably should order this rubber. That one. That one's I haven't ordered
pretty loose.
anything quite yet because I knew I was going to be taking this all apart.
Gets to a point and it stops.
Got to remember to order all this stuff. Yeah, it looks like there's a tube going to the squirter here.
There we go.
And pull that off. Okay. So far so good. So hopefully we'll see. Like I was saying before, hopefully I can keep all the wiring kind of together temporarily. I obviously need to clean everything, but at least it's all in one piece here. So I know I'm going to have to disconnect all this stuff from here, but I'm just slowly getting it done here. Got to get this squirter off. Let's see, might be probably pinch it here. Okay, got the squirter out. So here's what I did. So I just put the one here and then I attached the one here. So now I can unplug this side and then I know one will go with one. So next I'll probably do this one. I'll put a 2 and then maybe I'll just stick a 2 right here. So I think I'm going to start with this wiring harness here, label each wire. And I do have a label maker, so I'm going to use it. And I'm just going to start with wire 1. I'm going to just print out a number 1 and then print out a number 1 on this side. So then I know they match. And then each wire, so on and so forth. So wherever it goes, I'm just going to do, next wire will be 2. And then I'll put a 2 on where it either plugs into or goes into another wire. Plan anyways. So this black one goes from up here. This one goes to the last spot on the top row. And it also has a small wire connected, which goes to the very bottom of the speedometer. So fuse number 7, last spot. Okay, so I got 1 to 1, 2 to 2, 3 to 3, and then there's also one that goes to the fuse. So I put top fuse spot number 6 from over. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is the top fuse. So now I have an idea. All right, so number 9 on this went to number 9 on the Speedo here. So it's that number 9. I still got to get this last brown one here. Looks like it's connected here. And then here. So another update. So 8. So I'll label both these. So big power wire here, 8 and 7 plug into this. And I put 7, 8 here, there. So this is the 7 here. It goes back, and then 8 is this big one, and it goes into this other big harness. So that's the other one there. So what do we got here? And then 6 plugged in over here on this thing. 6. So I marked it there. So I got the Speedo. This is I labeled it as lower top. So this lower top section here. So first is that bulb, and then I got this whole harness unplugged, and lots of stuff labeled, so on and so forth. So I use tape on some, and then the reference for me later. Label maker doesn't stick very well to the dirt, so I just use regular masking tape. So now I need to start doing this harness, and then be done. Take the Speedo out too, but I'm gonna take off all the stuff on this harness first, I think, and then I'll see what's even left. On the speedometer, probably not a lot plugged in still, but a couple of these wires I can leave. Like this I can leave. Goes to the gas gauge. Okay, so this last red one, there's a wire that goes up here. So this is row number 15 I put, and that goes to that, number 15. And then it's also double connected here to the middle row fuse number 1. So I put fuse middle row spot 1. Okay, so I'm working on this one here. So I'm calling this is the first row of fuses, this is the second row, and then the back is the back row of fuses. So I'm taking this one here, and it's going to be the third one in, 1, 2, 3, third row in the middle section. Wiring harness here. All right. Pull that out. All right. So I just pulled back on this lever. I think everything, there we go, kind of labeled as good as I could. Cool. So okay, I believe I got everything disconnected from the actual vehicle. So now I'm going to try. Let's see. I need to disconnect the speedometer here. I'm going to grab all this stuff and then pop the fuse box at one time. I left everything else connected that I think I could hopefully take all this stuff out all at once.
Cool.
So let me pop this off.
This hose connect.
2 screws, and then I'm gonna attempt to take all that out
There we
at
go.
one time. So
Let's stick it all in a
leaving
box.
as much as I could possibly leave plugged in. I tried to leave it plugged in. I loosened it up here, so it should. There we go. Cool. Now for the fuse box. Need to disconnect that. That disconnects both sides of the door switches. Got it all apart. Now I can sand in here. It's gonna suck to get up in here and scuff. Probably gonna hit my fingers a million times. It's okay. Need to get probably some Scotch-Brite. And then gotta weld all these holes up. But I'm glad I got most of that stuff done. The hardest part's gonna be putting it back together. And the other thing is I didn't test anything really before. I knew the headlights worked, the blinkers weren't working. I got it all in here.
I didn't test
I was able to
wipers or
keep a
anything,
lot
but,
of it, still plugged in.
I started tearing into it.
That way, when I go